What's up, guys? Welcome back to Veteran Aquatics. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to show you what the new fish room looks like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are real close to 5K. 5,000 subscribers. I started this channel back in November of 2019, and I never thought it would grow as fast as it has. But my circumstances have changed, and I want to keep growing it. So again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, firstly, welcome back to the channel, and for all of you new people, welcome to the channel. What you see behind me is essentially the size of my fish room. It's pretty small, but we've managed to pack quite a few tanks in here, and I've got a lot of plans for the future. So what I want to do today is kind of go over what I have and what's coming up, some of the events that are coming up that you can come see me at, and what some of the future plans are. So right here to my left, this is a rack that still has to go up. I have to pull some more tanks up from the basement and finish filling that up, and pull a couple in from the house, clean these tanks up, and get them filled. What we have here is the first rack that went up, and back there's the second. These are 76, I believe, 76-inch long husky racks, and I've done 3 levels for each. 520 talls, 520 talls, 240 breeders, 240 breeders, 520 talls, 7 10s. The 10 gallons are probably going to come back into the house with me, and I will show you why in a little bit. So his tank's pretty murky, but I have this really nice Fireman Stream flower horn. Look at the trailers on him. He was a little beat up when I got him. I've had him for a little bit now, and his fins are starting to look great. In this tank, we have a couple of mini Ranger plecos. These guys stay pretty small, and I've had quite a few of them, but I've sold a ton. They're beautiful little plecos, and one I really like. So these are a strain that maybe the LRB fans will recognize. These are volcanic blue ice guppies. So they're a really pretty strain with those nice dark tails. Even the females, for the most part, have some good color to them. But those males have that really nice metallic sheen and those bright red tails. All the duckweed is what's making it kind of hard to see. I do like duckweed. Duckweed is your friend, even if it doesn't look the very best. This one's empty. And here we've got a ton of Buenos Aires tetras. An absolute ton of them. These guys are really pretty. It's a fish that normally I haven't kept, but having these guys has really made me appreciate them just a little bit more. If we go up here, we see some Blue Velvet Dream shrimp. These are a cross between Blue Dream and Blue Velvet, thus the lighter color. And some Ginger Rubra guppies. I've had these for a while. I've sold off most of my pairs, but I have this trio left. And there's a male. These originally came out of Rachel O'Leary's fish room. And I sincerely doubt I'm going to be able to find the male because there's only a trio in here now. But this is a tank that has Santa Maria endlers, and you can see some fries swimming around in the background. But a really pretty black and red endler, one that I really like and one that took me a long time to find. This tank has, I believe, just a solo male Epistogramma hongsloy in there somewhere with all that hair algae, and those 2 tanks are currently empty. Over here, excuse me, you will see a bunch of bronze Corydora and 1 lone rainbow cichlid all by himself. He's doing good. He doesn't seem to bother the cories, although I may take him out to give the cories a chance to spawn. Now, if we move up here, we have a bunch of juvenile Epistogramma cockatoides triple reds. I keep finding them in different tanks. When the fish room was moved over, I had them all over the place. Some guppy grass back there, lots of moss, but there's quite a few of those guys in here too. We have least killifish. These are a really cool, very small live bearer. That one on the far right hand side is about full grown. That's about as big as they get. And there's another one that's in another example. Here's my finger for comparison. They are very small. There's also a bunch of like culled cherry shrimp and stuff in here amongst all the guppy grass. But I really like these guys, and I have a ton of them. So if you're interested in least killifish, you can come find me at the next event, which is going to be at That Fish Place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It is March 25th, I believe 11 to 3, held by the Aquarium Club of Lancaster County. This is a really nice, if he'll turn, male king Kampha flowerhorn. He's a little guy, so I've got to grow him out for a bit, but he's got some really nice red colors. I hand-picked him, and he's one that I'm going to grow out for a while, groom, and when he's ready, he'll go up for sale too. Next, I know, angelfish, how dare I, but there's a couple angelfish in here, and just a couple blue opaline grommies, not too much. I've had, blue opaline grommies forever, and slowly I've been able to kind of sell them off, fortunately, and the odd Cory. In here, and this is one I really like, are black Moscows. These were bred by my friend Pete Bruce at Mr. B's Aquatics. Speaking of Pete, Pete is going to revive his YouTube channel. So I'm going to put a link down in the description for Pete. If you watch Aquarium Co-op and you know who Dean is, Pete is my Dean. Pete is a breeder, Pete is a speaker. He's been giving talks on breeding Corydoras, and he's very good at it. Pete produces a ton of fish and a ton of nice fish, and he's working on a bunch of personal projects just for me. Now in here, you guys might recognize this strain if I can get it to focus. These are violet cobras. These were actually bred by Pete. There's somewhere in there's a male, and there's one random black Venezuelan Cory. And a ton of regular blue dream shrimp. I do love my shrimp. I haven't done a lot with them in the past, but if you guys are on my band, you'll see all the shrimp raffles that go up. So I'll put a link down to my band in the description. You can check that out. There's a raffle up right now for some cherry shrimp or velvet blue dream. There's a nice little dwarf chain loach, and you can participate in that if you want to. So let's talk about some of the other stuff. So you'll probably notice how quiet it's gotten. That's because we're in my house. I've got a couple of tanks running in here with a couple of different things in it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those as well, because they're breeding projects. They're things I'm working on going forward, and they're things I'd like to produce to be able to share and sell to you guys. Who doesn't love Corys? So these are orange Venezuelan Corys. There's a group of about 6 in there, and I was talking about Pete, Mr. B, before. I've actually got a box of 7 more coming. They should be here any minute now. I'm actually surprised UPS hasn't dropped them off. But there's 6 adults in here, and a bunch of cold cherry shrimp. These were just put in kind of as a test to see how they do in the tank. We've got a crypt in there. I want to say that's a Nubius, and Nana Petite. Not sure, I'm not a super plant guy. But this is just a 20 long tank that is set up in the house to see how we can do trying to breed Corys in kind of their own environment. One built a little more specifically for them. You can see the black sand in there, the little pebbles, the wood, the guppy grass, some more live plants, a heater. So I'm trying to see if we can get these guys to spawn. And now for something I'm really excited about, shrimp. So these are orange Rilly shrimp. You can see one there, not a great one. But this is a new group that I got recently. I wasn't super happy, and I'm still not really super happy with the quality of them. But they have colored up a bit. I got them on Aquabid. I won't tell you from who, but I wasn't particularly thrilled with them. As you can see, they have started to get some nice color. That one's got a nice orange head to them. But they're okay. And then in the next tank over, if the camera will focus, these are blue Rilly shrimp, and most of them aren't even blue, again from the same seller. They actually messed up. I ordered the blue Rillys, and they sent me the orange ones by mistake. Then they sent me the blues, and the quality of them is bad. Again, I'm not going to tell you who. I'm not here to bash other sellers, but guys, if you're going to sell something, make sure you accurately represent what it is you're selling. But this one is fully buried. You can see all the eggs under her thorax there. So I'm hoping that with enough work and enough culling, I can turn this into a pretty nice line. Now there are a couple of nice ones. Of course, they won't come out and say hi because I'm recording. But there are a couple of decent ones in here. They're doing great with the moss, and with the direct sunlight that the moss is getting, it's growing pretty fast. Now there's nothing in here yet. But if you guys remember, I used to have crystal red Caridina shrimp. So this is aqua soil. There's a couple of plants in there that I'm trying to save. And I'm gonna be putting those crystal reds in here. I thought I lost them. I was digging around in one of my tanks the other day and I found all 10 of them. So the crystal reds are gonna go in here and I'm gonna try my hand at breeding Caridina shrimp, which is really exciting. I've really kind of got a shrimp bug, you guys, no pun intended. But I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to produce some really nice shrimp. And then down here, albeit they're going to be very hard to find, are green jades. These are another Neocaridina. They are dark, dark green. I ordered these off Aquabid from a different seller than the Rillies, and I am really pleased with these. Here's another one. They're really nicely colored, albeit they are very small. There's a couple in there that are not much more than little shrimplets, but that's okay because their color is great. So we're gonna grow these guys up for a while and see if we can't make some nice high quality green jade shrimp. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much everything I have at the moment, which isn't really a whole lot by my standard, but I'm running a lot less tanks and I'm still in the process of getting everything set up and kind of getting used to being where I'm at now. If you watched my last video, you know I've gone through a divorce that should be final in a couple of weeks. And I'm kind of going through a life rebuild. It's not pretty. It's actually fairly ugly, at least in regards to custody. But I'm not going to get into that. There's a whole lot, and it's probably not a good idea for me to talk about it on YouTube. But do know that I am trying my very best to keep the fish room running, to keep Veteran Aquatics running, and to rebuild my life to the point where I can do what I was doing before. And even though everything looks kind of bleak right now, I have a lot of cool things in the pipe. So going forward, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. Not instantly, it's going to be over time. But I've got a lot of support from a lot of great people. And I have to say I'm really blessed. Mr. B, Pete Bruce from Mr. B Aquatics, again, his link's in the video description, has been a phenomenal help. I mean, with fish, with being a friend, with listening to me talk, he's a really awesome guy. Jen Silverman from Small World Aquatics, I'll put a link to her band down in the description below, has been an amazing support system as well. She's a wonderful person, and if you're interested in shrimp or snails or botanicals or rice fish, make sure you check her out. Her band's really, she's got some nice stuff. She does these events as well. She'll be there at Lancaster with me, and we'll be vending with everything that we've got. Zach Getz, he hasn't been on camera yet, but he's the guy that produces the shrimp that I raffle off on my band. So there's a link to my band down below if you want to go enter the shrimp raffle or stay, check out the stock list, place an order, anything like that. The weather's been really nice and mild, so I have been shipping shrimp out at least. And if it stays nice, I'll begin shipping fish as well. I am blessed to have the friends that I have and the support that I have, so going forward, I'm going to do my very best with everything, with the fish room, with, my custody battle, and in my life. I've been lucky enough to get a good job back where I used to work, and I'm still going to school full time. I'm about a year away from my bachelor's degree, and I'm just working on me. So that's it for today, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, we are super close to 5K, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd head on over to Mr. B Aquatics channel and give him a sub for me. Pete again has been a great support system for me, and I can't thank him enough. And he's going to revive his channel. He's very knowledgeable. He's a great breeder, so that's going to be something that you're going to want to stick around and wait for him to start putting out more content, which should be soon. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe, stay happy, and have a great day.